All praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle and Elders in New York, GMS. Salutation to y'all around the world that's teaching the truth. And shalom to you, seers Aqua that's learning from videos. My name is Maya Kahala Bun Gad with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we're not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And speckled birds scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites that look like other nations. All right, but their fathers paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. Okay, so another thing, we are not affiliated with any black identity history groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any extreme groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. And again, black is not a nationality; it's a color. All right, so right here we have the 12 tribes sign, and people have been wondering like what's the significance of it. We gonna throw away the 12 tribes sign. There's only out of the mouths of people who they have no understanding, no spiritual understanding, all right? And they err in the scriptures and also history, man. All right, then you got some they just they just have a hatred for really you hate Yahweh, because this 12 tribe chart came from Yahweh. All right, and it was given to priest high priest Ariah. All right, elder Ariah. The understanding of who's who and where is where in the Western Hemisphere. I'm rephrase this again. Who are the 12 tribes of Israel in the Western Hemisphere? Okay, all right. So that's what the chart is for. People, the Israelites in the Western Hemisphere. It does not. It does not. We do not exclude our Israelite brethren in the East. Because we deal with our brothers in the East. We have a camp in Nigeria. We have a camp in Ghana. We have a camp in South Africa. All right. I keep sometimes every once in a while I keep in touch with a brother from Kenya. I need to get in touch with him again. Yeah. So I'll show you the importance of this 12 tribe chart. All right. Just bear with me for a minute. All right. Now watch this. This is Sakari, Chicago. All right, Sakari is a camp here in Chicago. All right, so the title said Cherokee Indian found out he's a Israelite. All right, so you have an elderly man. All right, and he's going to find out that he's an Israelite. Okay, that's why you're gonna see. All right, just hold on. All right. Your grandmother's tree. So what's your mother? Grandmother's tree is my father's too. Okay, so your my grandmother's black. Okay, so your grandmother would be of the tribe of Levi, then, of the priest. But the reason you're Gadite is because your father is a Cherokee Indian, and according to the Bible, that's how you get that in Numbers. Numbers 1:18. According to the Bible, that's how you determine your lineage. All right, through the father, because the father has a seed line that goes that is one connecting gene all the way through your whole line. All right. There's the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So they declared their pedigrees after the house of their fathers. All right, so there you go. The brother brought the scripture that you are what your father is, and it happened this elder right here. His father was a so-called Cherokee Indian. All right, so his father's a Gadite, and he's a Gadite. Why? Because he comes the loins of his father. All right, so that's the significance of this 12 chart right here, man. All right, and let me get this. Let me read this out. This book. All right. Read this. Now, this is from the book African and Native Americans by Jack D. Forbes. All right. And this is chapter 7. All right, and this is page 190 and 191. Okay. As early as the late 19th century, the 19th annual report of the Bureau of American Ethnology noted that a considerable portion of blood of the Southern Negroes of the U.S. is unquestionably Indian. All right. All right. It says the 1937 doctoral dissertation of James Hugo Johnson be later published many years later further. All right. It said there developed in the colonial period much intermixture of the Indian and Negro slave between Gad, Reuben, and Judah. All right. The class commonly called mulatto is a result in many instances of the union of three racial elements. It said to the visitor in the South, the physical characteristics of many Negro slaves bore witness to their Indian origin. The mixed race in America today result in union of Indian, the Negro, and white man, all right, between Gad, Judah, and Esau. All right. It says Johnson also noted that many Indians are and also they go to Hosea 7:8 because Gad is part of the Northern Kingdom. All right. All right. It says Johnson also noted that many Indians were enslaved. All right. So a lot of Gadites and Reubenites and the rest of the Northern Kingdom tribes in America was enslaved along, but this is talking about Gad and Reuben, all right, along the eastern seaboard. The end of Indian slavery came with the final absorption of blood of the Indian by more numerous Negro slaves, all right. But the blood of the Indian did not become extinct in slave states, for it continued to flow in the veins of the Negro. All right. All right. So there you go, man. All right. It says in an article published in the Journal of Negro History, Johnston remarked where the Negro was brought into contact with the American Indian, the blood of two races intermingled. The Indian has not disappeared from the land, but is now part of the Negro population of the United States. All right. And this will happen in this situation, this elderly man. All right. And now his grandfather, because he might have been a free so-called Native American man, or he might have been a slave along with Judah, man. That's what happened. All right. A lot of Gadites, man, they just didn't stay where they at, man. They just like everybody else, man. They want to go to school, they want to go to college. They came to the different cities, went to college, got their degrees, man. Had families. All right. They marry Judite women, so-called Negro women. They marry Edomite women, so-called white women. They marry Issachar women, so-called Mexican women. They marry Moabite women, so-called Chinese women. All right. And they had kids, man. Their kids grow up and the kids have families, man. All right. And that's why you got Gadites and Reubenites here in the city of Chicago among the tribe of Judah, so-called Negroes. And you got among the tribe of Issachar, so-called Mexicans. All right. And you got among Edomites, so-called white people, man. All right. So that's the importance. This is why the 12 tribe chart is important, man. All right, to so people, they can walk, they can identify, they can see what, okay, they are part of the nation of Israel, and to wake the elect, all right, among each tribe, man. All right. And that's why that sign is so important. All right. So I'm gonna get this right here. And it also proved that the so-called Native American, or the Israelites, because why would they be in the ghettos with the so-called Negroes who tribe of Judah, and so-called Mexicans, the tribe of Issachar? Because they are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. Ezekiel 37:16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. All right, you got the southern kingdom, northern kingdom, so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians. Then you got the northern kingdom Israel, um, the so-called the so-called Native American indigenous people of Americas, all right, and the Latinos, which are indigenous people of America, just speak Spanish, all right. It said, and for the children of Israel, his companions, and then take one stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions, and join them one to another, into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, what thou showest thou what this meaneth, and say unto, thus said Yahweh, behold, I will take one stick of Joseph, which the hand of Ephraim, the tribes of Israel, the fellows will put them with him, even the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall become one in my hand. All right, and these sticks whereupon thy right shall be thy hand before thy eyes. All right. All right. So this is an example right here, man. All right. So the 12 tribes, the brothers got the 12 tribes to shine. All right. And most of the time, people come walk up, or we'll find out somebody from different tribe. We could point who they are on the 12 tribe chart. Also, we could go to the scriptures and prove that what the curses and the prophecies of these Bible fit them as the Israelites and not those people in the state of Israel. All right, the people that call themselves Jewish. All right, because Jewish means something like a Jew. Like my shoe is bluish, but not exactly blue. And the word Israeli means citizen of the modern day state of Israel. And Israelite means one who is connected to Jacob, or basically one who is descended from Jacob. That's the difference, man. All right, so I'm gonna end it right here. So shalom. The mic been dropped.